Next up in our small batch brewing smash series is Huell Melon Tasting 4. Welcome back, everybody. So if you're new to the channel and you're into homebrewing, hit that subscribe button. We've been coming out with a new series called Smash Beers, single malt, single hop. Also, we've started producing 2 hop beers. So 1 grain, 2 hops, 2 grains, 2 hops, something like that. And we're going to continue to grow that series. So today we do have the fourth tasting of Huell Melon. This was bottled on 6/2/2019, and this comes in at 4.12%. This is one of the newer ones in the Smash series. When we first started, we were using 2 pounds, 12 ounces of grain. In this one, I think this was the first one that we backed it down to 2 pounds because our ABV was over 6, over 7%. We wanted to try and hit that Beersmith, what it called for, so I did knock it back down to 2. This is an all-grain brew in the bag, 1.25 gallons going into the fermenter. So this is using 2 pounds of premium Pilsner malt. For the hops, our boil 0.39 ounces at 30 minutes, 0.29 at 5 minutes, 0.32 ounces 3 days into dry hop or fermentation. This beer started at 10:43 and then finished at 6 bricks. Now that is using a refractometer, so you do have to do a calculation online to get the true ABV on this one. So let's go ahead and open it and see what we get. This is a 25-ounce bottle, so it used 2 carbonation tablets in here. Pretty firm, reusable cap, so we'll see if we get a hiss. There we go. Go ahead and get it into a glass. There we go. Put the cap back on it, keep some carbonation in there. So what is this? This is 4 months old. Actually, a couple days over 4 months old, and we still don't have a head. That's weird because on some of them we are getting a head, on some of the other ones we're not. And we're really only using 3 or 4 different grains, so it's funny to see some of these, how they carb up and how the head retention or the head is in some of these. It could be high alpha acid hops cut into that head, and you need to use more wheat or something to keep that head retention there. Huell Melon, the Huell Melon that I used is 5.93%. Head is gone. What I do see is white. Let's go ahead and take a look at the color. Yellowish, golden yellow, I would say in color. It is a little hazy. That's probably chill haze, medium bubble level coming up. Let's go ahead and get a smell. Sweet melon is what I get. The sweetness is probably coming from the malt, as that malt is starting to take over, as this is 4 months old, and there's not a lot of backbone to it. We're using 1 hop that is low in alpha acid, so I would think, even though our grain is very light, that it would start taking over, but it's almost like a candied melon. It smells like a Pilsner with some melon in there. So maybe a little cracker in there, and then you get that melon. Pretty good smell. Not as good as I believe it was before. Now, when I do new reviews, I do not go back and look at the previous review of this, because I want everything fresh. I want to smell and taste what this one tastes like as it is a month older. Let's go ahead and taste. Very smooth, goes down easy, almost like a Pilsner. A little cracker in there, sweet cracker, obviously from the malt. It does taste like it's starting to go downhill. You're not getting that melon flavor that I got out of the first and second tastings, I believe. It's more muted. It's still there. There is some hop bitterness there, but that sweet cracker is what stands out. It's almost like I'm drinking a Pilsner with a touch of hops. A little bit more hop or IBUs at least than a true Pilsner. Now that could be perceived bitterness, so maybe the bitterness is a little bit lower, but just in the aftertaste, it tastes like there's still some bitterness there. Yeah, yeah, there's still some melon quality, but it's way in the back after that sweet cracker. I would think next month maybe if that hop profile goes off even more, you would think you're just drinking a Pilsner. Body's good. I wish it would have a little bit more carbonation. It does taste kind of flat for the carbonation level, even though there's bubbles coming up. Easy drinking, a very good summer beer. I could see crushing a lot of these if you're out mowing, doing something like that. Just nice, easy drinking. If you're into Pilsners and you like that cracker, just a little bit more sweet with just some melon, in the back of it, it's perfect, I think, for that. Now, for me, what I was going for, what I wanted to see, less cracker, more melon. But are you gonna keep that flavor profile up the whole entire time? No. I do not think this is a beer you should age. We're doing it just to test them to see how they do last. A lot of these videos that I see on YouTube, you taste, or they do like the brew day, then the tasting, and that's it. They never come back, a month, 2 months later to say how they aged. So if you're a brewer, home brewer, and you're brewing something like this, and you can't drink a 5-gallon keg in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it's gonna go longer, how's that gonna taste? Is it still gonna be as good? So that's why we're saving some of these. We're doing 4 25-ounce bottles or even 7 12-ounce bottles to see how that lasts through. How long can you age it? Especially if you're a home brewer with more than one keg. If you have 4 kegs and it's pretty much just yourself drinking it, are you getting through all that? How's that hop profile changing over the months? So that's why we're doing this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see a problem with drinking this. Pilsner fan might not like it just because of that bitterness and back. I could see that turning a lot of people off, but there is that slight melon in there. So I do think this is going downhill. We'll see what next month brings. But if you've used Huell Melon, let me know what other hops you've used it with and what other grains. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.